been having some issues the past year.
Because you're a nice guy, but you don't really like to be pushed.
Yeah.
You know why? You feel like something is missing. Did you hurt a knee or a leg?
And how do you like my jacket, by the way? Good, good. I wore this jacket on purpose. Good kid, Mad City. Good videos, mad fans. Mad fan. Oh, look at that, baby. But anyway, more coming. I got more videos coming. See this face right here? I got more videos coming. I got 1, 2, 3. 3 videos. But one thing I want to say before I go. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Anthony. This is A1 Solution here. Hopefully you're having a great day. But one thing before we get into the video, make sure you check out my other videos. Go check them out. Click the like button, comment down below, watch the video through and through. I talk about a lot of stuff in these Stanley Hotel videos. I talked about the medium and predicting the Sam and Colby, or the Corey and Colby dark future. I talked about how Corey Scherer ruined the Stanley. I talked about how Sam and Colby saved the Stanley Hotel. They saved the series. They saved it. You can't prove me wrong. They came back there and with so much more experience. It was like a Pokemon, bro. It was like it was like Pallet Town Pokemon, where you got a Pikachu and you gotta like work your way up and you gotta battle all these Pokemon and get better and better and better. And oh my god, bro, like every single Stanley video was better. The medium predicted the future. In my opinion, I do feel like this is why I'm a little convinced at this. So I'm watching the Shadowman series, right? I'm watching the Shadowman series because I was trying to look for the other medium. Because after that medium, I'm like, wait a second, they talked to another medium, right? And this is the Shadowman series, and let's see here. So the guy asked Colby, he was like, hey, like, what's your birthday, right? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, hey, like, you know, you're like an old soul. You don't like being pushed around. You're trying to find, you know, this darkness inside of you. He's trying to find the happiness, right? And then he also talked about, like, he was like, so you're moving, right? Are you moving by any chance? Because he was like, yeah, like me, Corey, Colby, Sam, Corey, and Jake, we're all going to move in together, right? They were going to move in together. And I think this is what we saw when they did, like, it was like a Trap House 2.0. And I think this is where Sam broke his back, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, because Sam did break his back at a certain point when they lived in a house together. Remember when he jumped off the roof and he tried to land on the those bag things, those I don't know what you call those things, man. Comment down below. I don't know. I don't have one. But so he goes to Sam next, right? He talks to Sam. He's like, Sam, like, when's your birthday? You know what I mean? And he was like, so you had someone die of a heart attack, right? And he was like, yeah, my grandpa. And then he was like, hey, like, you know, like, these spirits are saying, hey, you need to be hold on one sec. Let me remember what he says. So he wants him to move forward, and that he's gonna have a healthy life. And that's the one thing that's so weird to me, is because Sam hasn't really had any like bad things happen to him besides the breaking the back thing, right? And it's interesting because he doesn't really like know about it, but he does say there's a healthy life. And it's so interesting because the other medium, she talked to Colby, and she was like, you're gonna live a long and healthy life too, but there's a dark future. And with what Sam dealt with, I don't know the healing process. I gotta figure it out. But like, I don't know. It's just so I'm just trying to figure out the truth, because after he talks to Sam, he talks to Corey, right? And then Corey states, you know, he did. See, the one thing about Corey, the one thing I do believe about Corey is the whole Shadowman a Ouija board. I don't see the Shadowman. I don't think he's specifically the only one dealing with the Shadowman. I think the Shadowman is a part of the Ouija board. I think Sally and all these, like Lucy, all these names, all these weird names, they're all placement holders. They're not even real names. Who knows? But the reason why I'm sharing this is because he says to Corey, he's like, hey, like, are you cheating on someone? Like, we know girls are seductive. You know, there's women out there that try to get inside your pants or try to know you. And the one thing he brings up to Corey is he's like, don't be cheating. Like, I know, it seems so incognito, right? It seems so oblivious that that no one would know. But it's just interesting to me because Corey was having issues with his girlfriend, right? Didn't they break up at a certain point? And then they kind of like got back together. So and then the one thing is he never talked to Jake. He never, like, unless they like cut it out or something like that. And then the one thing about Jake though is we all know that he doesn't really believe in paranormal. There's even an instance where he's in a hotel. I forget which hotel it was. I think it was like Langham, or I forget which hotel it was. But he walks out. He's like, yeah, you know, like, I don't believe in paranormal because a lot of these devices are made by humans, and we all know humans, right? But it's just so interesting that this guy, you know, he kind of knows something. And I really do think that there's certain kinds of mediums out there, because the girl in the Stanley Hotel was kind of accurate. You know what I mean? Like, was accurate and all that. And when they say health, like hurting yourself, is that considered health? Like, you know, like breaking a leg or something like that? Because it's the craziest thing too is he even brought up the guy. This dude brought up. He was like, "Yo, like, Corey, did you like break a knee or a leg or something like that?" And it's so interesting because he predicted the Colby moving, him being an old soul, not like being pushed by people. He predicted Sam in the heart attack, right? He was 3 for 3 without any cuts. There was no cuts in this. He was 3 for 3 without any cuts, bro. Is that not scary to anyone? And then he's talking about Corey, and he said he broke a leg, right? And Corey agreed with that. He was like, oh yeah. But when he brought up the whole girl thing, the cheating, dude, what if Corey Scherer was cheating on his girlfriend? I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying I'm making this up. I'm literally listening to what the video is saying. This is not my opinion. This is my deep. I'm digging deep. And I want to know, does Sally know Elton? Is because there's got to be a portal in that place. Like, there's got to be something there, because if there's a lot of paranormal activity, there's got to be some kind of portal. There's got to be some type of way to get there. And for one thing is, if there's portals in our world, it would be so easy to go from Elton to Colby, right? To Sam and Elton, because it's, you can just, if you could just go through, it's like I said, it's like Harry Potter, bro. Like, in Harry Potter, there's a wall, and they go through it, and they're instantly in another spot. You know what I mean? And it's also like Pokemon, where they have like teleport or something like that. You teleport here from here. Like it's so easy to go from one spot to one spot in a split of a second. In an airplane, it takes a long time. You got to go through the space and time. You got to go through, like, that's real space and time. Like, you're actually going going from one spot to another. That's time travel. From portal to portal in a second, to me, that's time travel. Going through space and time is literally being on an airplane. And that's going through space and time. That's actually going through different time zones. That's, in a way, time travel, kinda, because you are. But to me, time travel was like being someone from one spot to another in a split second. Instantly, bro. But I want to know people's thoughts. Are mediums real? Am I on the ball? Was Corey cheating? Because I mean, he did predict Colby moving. He predicted Sam's grandpa heart attack, right? And then he also predicted, you know, I'm not sure if he was joking, but he was like, yeah, man, I've been kind of gassy, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, the medium was like, hey, Corey, like, you know, I feel kind of gassy, blah, 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 right? And then he was like, hey, like, did you break the leg, all that stuff, right? But I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to figure out the truth. These mediums, they freak me out. They freak me out. The fact that they can predict the future, they can think of certain things. There's some that can read your hand, palm readers and all this stuff. Like, there's got to be some truth to this. There's like, how do you predict that? Like, how does a guy walk up to you and say, "Hey, did your grandpa have a heart attack?" Like, and then the fact that he's true, like, I mean, you know, sure, you know, heart attacks might be I'm not sure if it's like common or anything like that. I'm not sure. Let me know down below. I'm not too sure because no one in my family has had like anything like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, not everyone has that happen to them in that early of their life. Sometimes, you know, it takes a bit for them to have to experience that. And he's younger in this video. This is like how old is this? Is like 3 or 4 years ago, right? So he's pretty young. 4 years ago. This is 4 years ago. Plus, this is the full movie. So this is like maybe 4 years and like a few months later. Because this is they post the video, the movie after they post the whole, you know, after the series. Because what they did is they made individual episodes, and then as they finished it, they made it all into one movie. You know what I mean? So this is a little bit later than when they did this. But, and also too, they probably could have recorded this like 3 months, 4 months before they even posted this. So who knows? Who knows? But, you know, let me know your thoughts down below. I wanted to share this. I got more videos to do, dude. This is not it. This is not it. I'm just getting started. I'm a fan. I'm diving into theories. You know, I'm getting into things and I'm speculating, and some people say it's too much. Some people say I'm using Sam and Colby for money. Not really. Some people don't even care about what I'm posting, which I don't know why. You should, because if we're all fans here, if we're all supposed to be a community, and by the way, I want to say this before I leave. There are people that do not like me, and I've noticed, because there's people that have stopped watching my videos, some of my videos. And I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm a real fan. Look at me. I'm watching their videos, supporting their videos, watching their videos over and over again, watching their ads because I'm a fan. I'm a fan. There's haters out there. There's people who are going to hate me. I've seen so many people say they hate my videos, and I haven't seen them comment ever again. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm sorry people hate who I am, but you're not gonna stop me spreading my opinion. Okay, you're not gonna stop me spreading my opinion. I'm gonna keep pushing out all my videos. I got more videos coming, and I appreciate all the people that have been supporting my videos. Every single person that comments, every single person that taps that like button, thank you so much, because without you, I could not be doing this. And I appreciate the people that believe in me. And, you know, I just want to say this, man. Like, you know, I'm gonna have haters. I'm gonna have people that hate me. I'm gonna have people hating me for the way I look. I don't know why. I think I'm kind of handsome. I'm like, you know, a mix of like Spanish, white, and Italian or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a little bit of Elton and Castell or something. And, you know, I'm a real person, man. And I don't give a damn what people are gonna say about me. I'll respond to it sometimes, but sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Like, you don't deserve my time. You don't deserve my time. Like, why are you here? Why are you watching the video? Why do you gotta be so mean? It just shows who you are. You think I'm mean? I'm literally getting video footage from what they're talking about and giving my opinion. What you're doing is you're hating everything I'm doing because I'm a fan, and you're sitting there mad that I'm making these videos. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. But obviously, just to clarify, there's been no comments or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, my views have been going down, and some of these videos are pretty good. I mean, one thing I want to say before I go is, where are the Sam and Colby fans at? And also, too, I thought this is all about community, right? Why are people that are Sam and Colby fans hating on me? What happened to being a community? What happened to being a friend, a fan? What happened to that? Why are people hating on me for being a fan, yet they sit here and say they're a fan, yet they don't like what I'm saying when I'm being a fan trying to speculate what's going on? Who watches the Harry Potter? Who watches Harry Potter? Who watches Avatar or whatever, the Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon? Who watches their favorite show and doesn't speculate? Doesn't get into fan theories? These are theories. And I'm sorry you don't like my shit, but guess what? I got more shit coming. I got more videos coming. Tap that notification bell. All the people that support my content, thank you for supporting my content. This is just the beginning. That's all. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end this here. This is just the beginning. I am not stopping. I am not following trend. By the way, I want to say this before I go. Don't click off. Don't click off. I am not following trends. That's one thing about me. I'm not following the Conjuring house. I'm not following trends. I'm following theories, fan theories, things that I have watched in the past, spent my real lifetime, and sure, the same thing with the whole Conjuring stuff. But the only reason why I care about the Conjuring is because of Elton Castell, because he's actually relevant to everything. He's relevant to everything. The Conjuring, like, I get it. I know it's haunted, but I'm not that fascinated at the Conjuring because I've seen so many I've seen so much footage. I've seen so many videos, so many movies. I want to move on, but if he does get the Conjuring, sure, you know, I will love that. We're gonna see a lot of footage. We're gonna see a lot of content. But right now, like, I'm not following trends. If you look at my face, like, look at my face, look at me. Look at me. I'm not following any trends. I'm not following any trends. Every single video I'm posting is mostly not trends. The only trend I followed, which wasn't even a trend because the video didn't even reach 1,000 views yet, so it's not even a trend. That's not classified as a trend. The trend was when I posted my Elton Castell receipt. That was a trend because everyone was talking about it. I got 89,000 views on that video, by the way. 89,000 views. A lot of great comments. A lot of people said they agreed with me, but now that I'm so into the whole Corey stuff, like, people hate me now. It's the weirdest thing. Like, people instantly liked me, and then now that I'm getting into, like, fan theories and all that stuff, people just hate the shit out of me. Y'all are like, why are you making these videos? Go get a life. Stop making these videos. You're making money off of people. Like, it's just, bro, do you realize we're making money off the Conjuring? It's just so funny to me. But at the end of the day, it's just a trip to me that, you know, like being a real fan, it's okay to have fan theories. It's okay to get deep into it because that's what it's all about being a fan. Some people just don't realize that. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to say this. I care about my community. I care about every single person that is in my community. And I don't give a damn what these haters think about me. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I got, you know, this is supposed to be a community. You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to be a community. But I got people hating me for being a fan and getting into these fan theories. It just blows my mind. And, you know, I really hope people are not, like, sabotaging my account and stuff like that, because I've had the same exact stuff happen with my comedy videos. People hated my comedy videos, and then all of a sudden, the weirdest thing is I had a bunch of people like my comedy videos, and all of a sudden, people stopped seeing them. People stopped seeing my videos. I was doing the same exact tags, same exact videos, everything was the same thing, and all of a sudden, it just started dropping. Because all these people started to, like, hate me, and they started to dude, I'm telling you, I'm real. I'm coming. I ain't following trends. Hashtag, I ain't following trends. Actually, I mean, like I said, I have notes down in my phone right now to share, and I keep getting piled up with more things because, yeah. But they're mad. You want to know why they're mad? I'll tell you that I'm not going to add this in my video. I'm not going to add... Actually, you know what? I'll add this in my video. So, the one thing I think people are mad about me is because I came out of nowhere. I started posting Elton Castell videos out of nowhere, and I got popular. Well, I wouldn't say popular, but people found out who I was from this moment. And I feel like people are mad about that because I grinded so long on my YouTube for many, many years, couple of years. And even when I was younger, I was on it when I was 16 or 17. You know what I mean? I've been here for a while. And I don't know. That's it, though. I'm out.